that if you are done with your text animators, you can get started on the next one.
Is the turn-in file necessary?
The turn-in folder? That's a good question. No, it is not. 1900. Oops. It is there now. Okay. Also remember, if you have your sheet from last time and you are either redoing it, then you're holding onto your sheet until you've redone it, or if you're fine with the grade, that you submit it. I haven't put any of the grades in to Canvas if I haven't gotten the sheet back yet. Okay, the ones that I've gotten back that were just fine with theirs, I've already put in. I just haven't regraded the other stuff. All right, so our next assignment that we're going to be working on is a 3D. So now we're going to start introducing 3D into the mix of our stuff, or 2.5D into our stuff. So I'm just going to make a composition just so you can see what the 3D or 2.5D does, and then we'll get into actually playing around. All right, so the way it works is you need an asset. This can be a piece of text, it could be a solid, it could be a shape layer, anything, okay? The little box on the far side right here, that says that this is a 2.5D, or After Effects is going to call it a 3D item. So all we have to do is click that on, and now it's registering as a 3D item. So if I go to my position, instead of having 2 digits, which is just X and Y, I have 3 digits, which is X, Y, and Z. If I go to my rotation, I not only get the 1, which was how many revolutions and how many degrees, but I get 1 for X, Y, and Z, and I also get an orientation for X, Y, and Z, okay? So, and even scale also has one, even anchor point. So they all have 3 digits now versus 2, which is a huge deal because all of these are things that we'd eventually want to play with. So just to show you, if I go to rotate, I can rotate this in the Y direction, and now it looks like it's kind of tilted back. And if I go to the position, and if I push it back in the Z direction, now it looks like it's kind of on that angle. Now there's nothing saying that a flat image like this, if I were to open up all of its transforms and I scaled it down, and then I used some of the effectors inside here like corner pin, where are you at, corner pin, right there, that I wouldn't be able to still give it a look of having 3D. Okay, so this looks like it has 3D, but it doesn't have 3D, okay? This is After Effects' actual like 3D stuff, right? Now what's confusing about it obviously is that we have 3 different directions, and also that our layers are now meaning less to us, okay? And what I mean by that is I have this solid here, I'm going to have another solid that's going to be this color, and another solid that will be that color there. Okay, so all 3 of these are 3D layers. I'm going to rotate this one in the Y direction. I'm going to position it. Okay, now you'll see that this purple is also a 3D layer. It's below the cyan material, or cyan solid, but I can't see the purple one. Because we're dealing with now 3D, the layers don't matter so much as actual physical space inside of our environment, okay? So my cyan one is like behind the purple one, okay? So that's why I can't see it. When I take the position of this one back, now I can see where those are located, okay? So we have to get into that mindset because you're going to say, well, it's on top, I should see it, I don't see it, where's it at? Well, it's because it's behind that layer, right? We also have this where they can intersect. So here's one layer, there's the other one, and if I move this purple one forward a bit, eventually we'll start to see this intersect happening where this layer is actually, between these other ones because of how they're laid out. Now, if you have a hard time visualizing what's actually happening, you can go here and choose different views. You can also go here and choose to have multiple views up on your screen. If you've dealt with 3D before, typically in 3D you work with 4 different viewports, and here you can do the same thing. So if I say 4 views, this is my active camera that we were just looking at. This is the front. So basically there's a camera that's like deadlocked straight to the front of it. This is the right side, this is the top side, and then that's, again, that active camera. So if I zoom out in these, I'll be able to see exactly what's happening. So in my top view, this is what that looks like. The purple one is right here in front, and then here is the white one. Oops. And then there is the cyan one. Okay. Now you'll notice that there is this arrow on here. It's the red, green, and blue. If you have a hard time remembering what is what, red is always X. Every 3D program that I've ever come across, red is always X. Green is always yellow, Y, and blue is always Z, okay? And an easy way to remember that is X, Y, Z, RGB, okay? So that's what the colors are, and they did that purposefully so that it's a little bit easier to deal with. Now, what is going to confuse you is, like, let's say this white one here. Let's say that I literally just want to rotate it like this. So I'm going to go to my rotates for the white one, and I'm going to try to rotate it like that, okay? And it's coming off at some like crazy angle. And if I go in the Z direction, that's not really what I want. That's why they give you these orientation ones, because I can actually rotate in a completely different direction. So there's that, and then there's this, and then there's that, okay? So a lot of times with rotation, that's usually the biggest struggle. You really have to play with the rotation to get it to look the way you want it to look. All right. So here's what's cool about that is all the stuff that we've done up to this point, it all carries right into this. So all of our 2D techniques still work with 3D. All the stuff that we've done where we've created little text animators, those text animators can now be part of 3D layers and be in 3D space and actually be on top of stuff.